Hey team, how are you? So today, another day of contemplations and thoughts. So what I want to talk about, and it's an issue that I'm trying to clarify in my mind itself, is about emotions and loneliness. I think loneliness is definitely one of the issues of the 21st century, that as a society we've become an island of individuals, whereas previously we all used to live in a village, in a tribe. We grew up with the same people, we died with the same people, everybody knew everybody, there was a sense of community and cohesion. But certainly here in the US, I've noticed that there's a tremendous amount of lonely people, and with that loneliness is the emotion of loneliness. And the question is, how do you handle that issue, that emotion of being lonely? Because you tend to, if you are in that situation, and I kind of am speaking from experience, sometimes I kind of give the act of, hey, I may be alone, but I'm not lonely. But then sometimes I don't feel lonely, but, when you have a sense of disassociation sometimes, it's interesting. And then how do you compensate for that emotion of loneliness? You go out and, have some food, you eat something, you seek attention from other people, those kind of things that you do to take away that sense of being on your own, being isolated. And the question is, how do you handle the idea of loneliness? And again, this is an issue, but the answer, I believe, is the same for every issue. And the answer is the idea of a total oneness with the higher power. When you are so present to the moment, and let me define what present to the moment means. It means when you're so highly aware of your existence, you're so present to the idea of you existing, and that you're so conscious of the idea that death is imminent and is possible at any moment in time. With that level of awareness, you get a level of humility. You neutralize your own self, and you realize that there's something more powerful and greater than you that exists. And if you reflect over that thing that has greater power than you, that has created you, that has created everything around you, and you reflect highly on that, you become aware of its attributes, that it is the all-knowing, the all-wise, omnipotent, omnipresent, sovereign, supreme. And these thoughts are building up in your thought space, and as you reflect higher and higher in these thoughts, that there's no space within the thought bucket that you have to then have additional thoughts about loneliness and any other issue that you have. So what I'm saying is, it's not just an issue on loneliness, it's also an issue on other problems that you have, whether it's financial or family or career, or whatever problem that you think you have. Really, if you don't hold it in the thought space, because you become so present to the moment, you're so connected to your awareness, and that awareness is about the existence of the higher power that you've been created, and that this is what the higher power is. So in Islam it's called zikr, and so if you have that, then there is no space for any other thought to come into that realm. And the act of willpower in this exercise is keeping the other thoughts away, and just focusing on your awareness of the connection between you and the higher power. And that connection, like I said, is based on awareness. It's not you're searching for that connection, it's you're reflecting to create that connection. You're reflecting by recognizing your own existence, recognizing the transitory nature of life, recognizing your immortality, your mortality, and recognizing that, you know, something's higher out there that's created you, and you becoming aware of who that is. And when you have all those things going on in your thought space, you don't have any space available to think about all the negativity, any other kind of negative emotions. And that space, when you focus on that, on those attributes of the higher power, then you have neutralized yourself. You recognize you're not really that important. All these problems that you have here are insignificant, irrelevant, because life is temporary and that you've been created. So you relinquish your identity to that has created you. And as you do, then you neutralize yourself. You take yourself out of the equation, and there's a direct connection between you and the higher power. So there's an alignment that takes place through consciousness, through conscious awareness. An alignment takes place, and it's in that alignment that you actually are able to receive enlightenment. So the alignment is the transcendence, and then through that alignment you get enlightenment, wisdom. And so these things, these problems that you have, just go out of the way. They don't even exist. And you maintain focus on that area. You maintain your presence to the moment. And, you know, you focus on the structure of the 5 daily prayers. And in Islam, you do have those 5 daily prayers. And you focus on maintaining, when your energy on that concentration falls, you're going back into your prayer through different points in the day and recharging, refocusing, re-energizing, recommitting to that oneness, that relinquishing that awareness. And so that is the answer that is there for not only loneliness, but like I said, for any other difficulty, any other suffering that you have that is causing you emotional difficulty. This is the way to resolve it, because what happens is when you've concentrated to that level where you become so aware so that you relinquish your identity, that's called submission. And then the alignment is taking place where you are getting that enlightenment, that wisdom, that instinctual nature, the instinctualness. So you'll get in real time receiving through intuition the right direction to be in. And as you are in that real-time present to the moment situation, you're in flow, then you have the answers on how to tackle all those issues that you have that you feel are insurmountable and difficult. The reality is now you're in a state of flow, you're in alignment, and you're surfing the waves. The waves are the data, they're the issues that you have, but you're surfing them because you're in tune with balance, with what is coming from source, and you can handle all these problems. So I hope that helps a little bit in terms of you being able to deal with difficult emotions that you have, handling difficult emotions. So concentration and focus is really the key in all of this, and awareness. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening to me. Bye now. Hey guys, how are you? It's day 23 of the 30-day challenge, and I'm actually just doing a quick jog out in the car park, and just keeping the consistency going. I'm going to try and do about a minute and a minute and a half. I know it's terrible, but I still feel good about it because I'm maintaining consistency and I'm still doing it regularly. So I haven't got that stress or that frustration, hey, that I didn't do it at all. I went out of my way to get the jog done, and So it's happening. So I'll probably just do about a minute. It feels good. It's a beautiful evening. Just a tad cold, not really cold. Perfect actually. But I'm definitely going to figure out how to improve the amount of time I'm running, because I definitely feel I'm putting on weight because my diet hasn't been reduced. All right, guys, talk to you later.